Hi guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to another video. So up until now, you've been seeing me use this IO-Link Master, which, as I've said a million times now, is an Internet of Things IO-Link Master. This essentially means that I can't talk to the PLC, or the PLC can't talk to this over Profinet, and I can't just like create tags. I've got to do some HTTP requests to talk to it. This, on the other hand, however, is a nice chunky Balluff IO-Link Master, and this is a Profinet enabled IO-Link Master. Balluff, they actually call these network modules, whatever, same thing. It means IO-Link Master. So I just thought this video, really quick, I'll just show you the web server of this Balluff IO-Link Master, and then in the next video, we'll go into actually using it in TIA Portal. So right now, I've got some TIA Portal code just with some basic tags, no HTTP requests, and I'm just cycling through the different colors of this this nice light that I've got. I'll actually should I turn off that now. I'll turn off the light. Cool. Okay. So probably the differences here essentially are only the comms protocol. This is obviously significantly bigger, but that's because it comes with 8 ports instead of 4. IFM do a bunch of 8-port IO-Link masters as well, but in general, they're pretty much the same size. This Balluff one's a bit wider, but yeah. Anyways, cool. So let's. All I've done now is I've gone onto your portal and I've set the IP address of this Balluff IO-Link master, and then I will show you the web server here. So let's move this back. Stick this here. So if you remember in my IO-Link IFM videos, when we did the web server there, it did not look like this, trust me. So if I show you this here now, this is how the web server looks on the Balluff. So you literally just type in the IP address and you get access to all of this. So I can see in real time my LED status. So there I've got my LED signals there, and if I click it, it will give me a breakdown of what the different LED flashing symbols mean. So along this LED rail there, you can see I've got that one flashing, which is my LK is solid, and my LA is flashing. So if I go let's close this. I can see there. Oh, it's actually wrong, right? Oh, LA. Oh yeah, okay. For some reason my LK is flashing instead of my LA. And you get the point, it's meant to work, but it's not working. The cool thing now is I can actually see, so on each port here now, just the same as the IFM one, but this just looks way nicer. I can click this port here now, and I mean this is now way more advanced than the IFM one. So I can fully see that I have this IFM temperature sensor connected to port 2. And then what I find really cool is I can upload the IODD file for the temperature sensor here into the Balluff IO-Link master, and then it will have access to all the parameters, and I can write to it and everything. So these are the IODD files that currently exist on my Balluff IO-Link master. So currently they're two banner IODD files. I don't have the temperature sensor IODD file or the test LED IODD file on this Balluff one yet, but I could add it. So slightly getting ahead of myself here. Let's go back a bit. And I mean, you just saw there's just tons of options. So if I click this port now, I can see that the device's status is good. I can see the IO-Link version. I can see the vendor ID. The vendor name is transcribed for me basically. So, and I can see that it's IO-Link, it's IFM. And then look, product text measured signal converter for temperature sensors. All of this has been extracted or has been populated, let's say, without internet. It just knows this. It has this information already. I can go to process data. Currently it's invalid. That's fine. ISDU parameterization. So I can configure this thing, and then I can look at the events on the device. It's crazy. So if I click ports here now, and let's go to my status LED. So I can see that I've got a WERMA MC55 beacon IO-Link with sounder. Again, I didn't input any of this information. It's all just available. Process data. And let's see, did that change? Is that flicking? Yeah. So you can see here now, as my PLC is writing to this Balluff IO-Link master, and it's changing the color of the light, you can see that being changed on the pin 4 output hex. So that 01 there, and then 05. So I'm in color 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. It's a slight delay, but it's pretty cool. It's amazing. Like, so I can fully see what's being written to this light right now just from going on the web server. It's incredibly powerful, and to me, this would be enough. If I'm commissioning a machine, this would be enough for me to pick this over the IFM one. Just because, you know, on my HMI, for example, I can display, like with Siemens Unified HMIs, I can display a browser, and I can put in the IP address of the IO-Link master, and then now anyone from the HMI can have full access to all of this information without ever actually going into TIA portal, which is it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And this I don't believe has anything to do with whether it's an IoT device or a Profinet device like this Balluff one is. It's just the fact that the difference is the manufacturer. Balluff have put in way more effort into their web server that runs in their device. Now, it may be that, like, you know, the other IFM IO-Link masters have better web servers, but this is my third IO-Link master that I've used. No, fourth IO-Link master I've used for my IFM, and they've all had the old crappy web server. And, you know, if you know of a manufacturer that has a better interface than this, let me know. But this, for me, is amazing. So I can see here now all my information about the IO-Link master, and then really cool is I can see that it's connected to a PLC. So if I click here now, it says PLC connected. When I first got the device, that was open, and so I knew that there was no PLC connected, which is pretty amazing. All right, let's just go. Let's see what else we got up here. So diagnosis, again, I can see everything here. What is there anything worth mentioning? We've got an event log, again, very cool. Settings, so network, so I can configure it, how it's set up with it. And, you know, each one of these IO-Link masters have various different comms protocols that you can use. And so I'm on Profinet here, and I can set, obviously, the IP address and whatnot here. My ports, what I found cool was here, I can set from here now, I can change this port. So currently port 2 is running my status LED. I can change that to just be a digital input or a digital output and turn off the IO-Link capability there. Which, again, just the fact that you can configure this thing all from here. I like this, that I can configure all the ports at once. So I can set them all to be IO-Link auto start, or I can set them all to be a digital input or a digital output. Again, very cool. And then the IoT side of things, in terms of the MQTT client and broker, that's my MQTT client ID. I can enable the MQTT client. And so, again, even though this is a Profinet device, I can actually run it as an IoT device, which, again, extremely powerful. So this Balluff one that I've got, well, I was about to hold it up and show you the BNI 00L1 number. Very cheap, these IO-Link masters as well. Just make sure you get the actual discount from Balluff. But again, you can see the whole part number here. Very cool. All right, I think that's everything I need to show you. Obviously, I've got a whole user management. I can set up different users and whatnot to be different roles. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Cool. All right, I think we'll set that one here. Next video, we will actually, I'll show you how to configure this into your portal, and then we can get cracking. Cool. All right, thanks. See you next one. Take care. Bye-bye.